position. Angela, let me use you. If you're wearing a black. Look, you're down your head this way. My position that I want an S mount. If I'm here, how do I get an S mount? I gotta pass this guard. So I'm motivated in order to be able to pass this guard. So let's say if he's sitting up here, I kind of go here, get him onto the side. I'm already now side. Now I need an S mount. S mount typically is when they're facing away. I gotta get past his knee right here. I gotta roll my hips here. I gotta pull his arm up, and I'm gonna let that arm through. Oftentimes I'd encourage them to roll to their side here. But from here, I don't have the S mount just quite yet. I need to control the top arm because that's the underhook here, okay? So let's say I got an S mount. How do I get an S mount here? I'm gonna slide my left foot forward, move his elbow up, and I'm gonna sit on him where all my weight is on him, preferably my heel is under his low arm, okay? From here, I can begin to set up submissions for here, arm locks and all that. The problem is this, I got two hands, he's got two hands. I'm completely consuming my right hand in looping it under his top arm to set up the arm lock. So now it's only one-on-one. So from here, he can fairly easily begin to defend because he knows the second my leg comes over the head, that's arm lock. So this is where they begin to defend. This is where you begin to kind of use even your lapel to stretch them out and so forth as I begin to step over. But the problem is that when they're really fighting, he knows he can't let this leg come over the head. So even when this comes over, he keeps it and then he starts moving and so forth. And now it's this fight. So long story short, I'm gonna establish my position here, okay? I'm gonna pull out my lapel, which should have already been pulled out, okay? And I'm gonna grab it with some slack. I'm gonna grab it just above where I feed it, okay? So I'm gonna feed it and I'm gonna say here, okay? The question is he gonna grab it? If he grabs it, good for him. If he does not grab it, you go under and you have a nice lapel choke here. You have this right here, okay? But oftentimes they'll grab it, which is great because I want him to grab it. I'm gonna bring my right hand to my right hip and I'm gonna turn my body to the right. It's gonna torque his arm. He'll have to probably let go. From here, I wanna threaten this right here. He'll have to begin to defend his arm. Yes, which makes it very easy for me to step over his head, pull him back, lock my feet and lock that shoulder, open my knees. My right hand is in my lapel and my lapel is in the elbow pit on the inside of his elbow. I'm gonna pull this again, my right hand to my hip and I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna pull my left lapel and it'll open up his arm. Okay, one more time. And your feet to that logo. So we do from this angle. So let's say I got a nice S mount here, okay? All my weight is on him. I have this control here. I'm gonna take my right hand, okay? And I'm gonna keep it ready to feed that lapel. And I'm gonna give it to him right here. He grabs it, good. I'm gonna pull it right to here. He'll have to, that tension forces him to defend that arm. Because if he doesn't use this arm here, I can begin to pull this arm out and it's a done deal even worse. So he'll typically, yes, look from here, take and step over here, hook his head, and I'm gonna sit back. His arms are inside, so it's okay for me to cross my feet, lock that shoulder. From here, I'm gonna lean back. If my head's down, there's certain tension here. My head comes up and I shrug, it's a lot more. My left hand to the wrist, I move this up to the wrist, lock it, and I finish. Hip control is very important, okay? You watch? Mike, come here. Put your left hip on this line. Okay. So, now I'm here, grab my lapel, fed it, he grabbed it right here, okay? I'm gonna take my right hand and I'm just gonna turn to the right. Yes, if he keeps it, it's horrible for him. Because, yeah, so typically they'll let go. Yeah, but see that tension? Yes, look. I just step over, hook his head, and I'm just gonna sit back. I'm not even gonna use his hand. Here, and I'm gonna lock my feet right there. And I'm leaning back. You feel that? Try to defend it, okay? It doesn't matter how he defends it. I have to lock my right hand to my hip. If my head's down, see how this is loose? Look what happens, I shrug, and I'll look back. It tightens all this. Then I start rocking, left, right, and I did it nice and easy so that it's not too bad on the inner arm, because it feels fantastic on the inner elbow, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So here you get the S mount. S mount should be pressure. The key to a good S mount, in my opinion, is this foot has to be able to drive your hips in. Okay. I was taught to do it this way, and I tore my knee this way because there's nothing stopping him from leaning back. And they rolled over my knee, and it went pop, 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 and it was a bad tear.
What are you doing? Just tripod with it?
What?
Flaring out just tripod a little bit?
I'm basically kind of with my toes in the mat again, so I can draw my hips in, okay? Because my right heel is in his armpit, my left knee. So I'm thinking pinching my right heel and my left knee, okay? So I'm able to drive my hip in. Because if he wants to lean back, okay, I can drive my hip in. If my foot is flat against the back, nothing's gonna stop me. See, here I can begin to move my leg out of the way, okay? So, I'm gonna feed it, grab it, he grabs it, okay? From here, I'm gonna take this hand, I need to pull it out, yes. And I'm gonna tilt this way, because it forces him to defend his hand. Look from here, I'm not even gonna use my left hand. Look, here, and I lock the feet in. I gotta lock the shoulder, not like this. I need to secure his head, here. And I lean back. My hand is by my right hip. And here, I'm just gonna move left, right, right. Grab it with my left hand, because my right hand just slides that lapel right to the wrist and finishes, okay? Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Grab somebody, similar sizes. Make sure no two new people are together. Start an S mount. Just start an S mount, and you know the position.